I've always wondered if I could throw a basketball, a baseball, and a golf ball through drywall. So we're going to find out. All our craft closet is out here. Bought these on clearance, hoping they would work. I don't like that they're not clear and they never fit. It's just a disaster. It didn't work. So I got an idea. Looks like a glitter bomb went off in here. So this is what we got to work with. This was just as you come in the door, entry closet. It became a pile of glitter doom. Everything just fell off. It just didn't work. So hopefully what I built fits and it helps us organize. And because we like to craft, we like to craft it up. So here we are getting to the build. So I just took some poplar plywood because it's cheap and I had some scrap and did some measuring. You're measuring a space. Stick your head in and look around and make sure you don't miss something like the toe kick on the floor that I missed and had to rip out. It's really simple build, just 3/4 inch plywood, some glue and brads. Wanted to make it about a foot deep because of the space we had, and I didn't want it to hang over into the doorway. But I also wanted enough room for the bins to totally slide out and be able to slide back in with room for you to stand in there too. Not super pretty, but super functional. And we'll probably paint it, or it'll get painted or glittery as it goes. What started it all is I went to Walmart. You can get 10 of these for 10 bucks. Crazy. I like the idea that it's clear. So all I did had 22 inches and then 2 of these next to each other. And it also gave me this little space here. You can do that. I mean, for $1 a bin, we're gonna load all these up. Do you know a 2x4 is 3.5 inches wide? And inside this closet, there's no insulation. It's just hollow. So if you've ever wanted extra space for like a spice rack in a pantry or medicine cabinet in a bathroom, find the edge of your studs, cut out the drywall, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a shelf to set inside. So this 3.5 inches of space isn't wasted anymore. We're going to utilize it. And it works out great because I got a stud here and here right in the center of my project. Couldn't ask for a better placement of studs. And right now I'm just going to cut a hole so I can look down and up. It's going to come right back at me. I hope I don't break a light. Try the basketball first. Oh, that came back hot, right in the chest. Man, that came right back. I made a crack. It hit right where it was supposed to, but I was not ready for it. Hey, I made a dent. Didn't go through. All right, and try the baseball. Yeah, baby! That's pretty good. Oh crap, that's not where I wanted the hole.
Eric!
Golf ball. A nice little divot. Pretty good. That was fun. I'm just pulling out this wire rack that was in here. I'm going to add some cubbies up here. Showed you this tool when I did the pantry redo. Super handy for getting out these little wire shelf deals. Pull that nail out. That pops right out. I'm going to leave that because I'm going to end up cutting this all out, but I'm going to putty these. And I'm just going to keep cruising, knock these out real quick, and I'll show you how I mark the studs for this project. So I have a lot of stud finders, and this hands down has been the best. Franklin sensors. Let me show you why I like it for this project. So I got a stud here. What I like about this, there's the edge of my stud. There's the middle, and there's the other edge. So I know my stud is right here. So I can take my level, put it on the inside edge, make sure the bubble is nice and in the center. And if the contractor did his job right, this line should be the edge of the 2x4. Fingers crossed. I'm just going to rip out this, just a hole. You know, smaller the better in case this project is a fail, but I'm pretty sure I'm in good shape. Just want it big enough I can see what's going on in there. Oops. So there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my line, score it anyway so the paint doesn't rip out like it did down here. I'm gonna cover that so it's not a big deal, but we're not painting the inside of the closet today. When I pull out a piece, it should stop on my line like that. Knocking stuff off the wall in the other room. Let's go over this side too. Again, I am going to cut this line eventually, but right now it's just so the paint doesn't peel. Oh, there's my electrical. Interesting. It goes down to the outlet and then over to another. Should be able to tap into that. Always something you got to think about. So I'm probably just going to go this high. I mean, look at all that extra space in there. If you can envision a shelf in there. I've actually got 4 inches with a 1/2 inch drywall. And I'm going to put a back on it. I could just use this as the back, but get somewhat pretty. All right, so we got an outlet in the office or the schoolroom. I just cut the wire, stripped it. I'm going to put it in a box, and then I'm going to pigtail an outlet, and it'll continue the circuit. We'll have power here, power there. Should be great. This is a new construction box because everything's exposed. You just attach it to the stud. This one's designed. You cut the hole, put it in the drywall, and as you turn these screws, this pushes tight against the drywall. So it's locking it in place that way. Makes sense? Bada boom, bada bing. But we need to cut that hole. What I did was I traced here and then here and along the sides. You could put a level on it. I just eyeballed it. I feel pretty confident in my straight up and downness. I'm going to use my oscillating saw. It's a little bit dusty, but it's the easiest way to do it. I'm just going to cut this box, put it in. I've already done the knockouts in the back, so the wires will go through here and here. See the knockouts? 1, 2, pigtails, wire nuts, boom. Should work out great. Fingers crossed. Little tip, if you've never cut drywall before, it's better to cut the hole smaller than you think because you can always remove more drywall. It's harder to add. You could use spackle, but it gets ugly. So it's better to make a smaller hole and then cut more if you need to. But oh, look at that. It worked out great. See, as I turn it, this piece flips up. Kind of cool that you can see inside there. And then as I turn it, this piece will lock against the drywall. See it moving? I don't want to go too tight. I mean, normally you wouldn't be able to see that, but I've got a hole in the wall, so that is awesome. And we'll just tighten the bottom one, punch our wires through, put some wire nuts on, hit the breaker, and hope the house explodes. And my knockout down here for this wire, punching that through, bada boom. This wire through the top, bada bing. And I'm gonna be pushing a box in here, so I want these flush. I accounted for it. I'm probably gonna do some Gorilla Tape there, just keep it snug when we get it all wired up. Then we just need to wire nut it in place, lined it up best I could. So these are flush. And I took El Pliero, Spanish for plier, and I just tried to twist them together. Worked pretty good. Then all I did was took my snips, snipped off the ugly, then took Mr. Red Nut. That worked pretty darn good. Now I gotta get all the grounds together. Do the same thing. All right, I got everything wire nutted. I'm just gonna shove it all in and then just screw it to the box. Then I'll go flip the switch. Oh yeah, we got power, baby. And that outlet's got power. Hey, can you pat my back? I can't quite reach it. Nice work, thank you. See if it fits. Tip would be to measure and then give yourself a little grace on size, but I don't know if I gave myself enough just because I noticed this 2x4 was twisted in. I don't know, we'll see. Hey, happy with that. Let me show you how I'm gonna clean it up. I'm just gonna put a couple brads on each side, nothing fancy. Just to hold it in place. Then, ooh, I got that outlet figured out just about right, didn't I? Crazy. Then to cover up the yuck on the side, got some extra reclaimed. Could use barn wood, really whatever kind of wood to make it clean up a little bit. Look at that, everybody. Where's a glue gun? That's what I'm most excited about. But my idea here is to have all of the glue guns right there. So excited. And then some of our oddball stuff, our Mod Podge, air dry. And I made it so there wasn't a lip. That way this bigger stuff can sit in there. You do paints. It's not a ton more, but it's enough more. We craft a lot. I don't want to scare them, but they're really excited to organize. Whoa, look at that one. Look at that bin. Nice work. I got these cubbies installed, just simple boxes, added so much more storage. Got power, there's an outlet. I added like a monster 10 outlet thing. So now they can charge their glue gun batteries right away. We filled it with a ton of our craft supplies. It's amazing how much we had. It was fun to go through. Super great. Everything has a home. It's like now if we see sketch pads on the kitchen counter, we got a place to put them. Or if there's a glue gun out, oh, just put it on the glue gun shelf. I love it. All these little crafties have a home now. Oh, and then we're on the way out the door, and here's our bucket of flashlights. When we're feeding the chickens, we know where to get our headlamps.